The discourse, recent discourse, has been all about Bean Dad.
Bean Dad.
We're starting off with Bean Dad. This is House of Decline. It's the Bean Dad episode.
What does that mean?
What does it mean to have this conversation with? We have our very special guest, Fawn. Bean Dad expert Fawn.
Hello. Do you want me to explain Bean Dad?
I want you to explain what is Bean Dad. What is this recent phenomena we have come to know as Bean Dad?
I think that it happened today. And I'm going to need you to fill me in because I don't know who he is outside of this whole trending tweet thread.
All I know, he's a Twitter bio, and he appears to host a podcast with Ken Jennings, which is his biggest claim to fame.
Yes.
Other than that, he's like some sort of... He's like this soy dad, like Chuck Wendig or something like that.
Yeah.
He's a Chuck Wendig style soy dad, and all that represents.
He's like an oversharing, like proud parent.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened today is he tweeted about his daughter not knowing how to use a can opener, and she came to him asking him to show her, and he was like, "Oh my God, I never taught my daughter how to use a can opener." And there's this big moment for him. So instead of showing her, he made her figure it out, and he didn't help her at all. He gave her like no cues. I think he said she like collapsed in like exhaustion, and she was like crying, and the can was all fucked up. Hi, Diego. It apparently spanned 6 hours of her trying to figure out how to open a can.
That's psycho.
And eventually she did it, and this was like this huge moment for him as a parent. I don't think for her. And then everybody's trying to he's pretty much canceled for people are saying it's child abuse, which I don't know. I think it's shitty, but I don't think it's abuse.
It's called being a shitty dad who read The Road too much.
Does he reference The Road?
He references Apocalypse Dad. That's what he starts off by saying Apocalypse Dad in it. So it's basically like
your mother's gonna kill herself if you can't figure out how to open this can.
Wait, yeah, that's the other curious thing is where is the mom in all this? Is he a single dad?
Yeah, no, she's at work.
And no, the dad's he's doing a puzzle. In the anecdote, he says he's doing a puzzle. He's not even fucking doing it. Yeah, that's what's great about Bean Dad is because the guy is obviously like full of himself. And so he narrates this, epic yarn of terrible parenting in granular detail. And the mystifying details keep cropping up on one another. One that he's doing a puzzle. One that he's, just show the kid. It's the kids can learn by visual. Just show her.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do that. And it it's this mild torture. It's which. Man, did you ever read Ballad of the Tiger Mother or read excerpts from, Ballad of the Tiger Mother, the Amy Chua book?
No.
Okay, so do you remember Amy Chua?
No. I'll have to look it up.
Okay, so this made the discourse. This was I say discourse too much. I'm such a fucking
hell,
prick.
everything's a discourse now.
Everything's discourse. So Amy Chua released this book called, I think it was called the Lion Ballad of the Tiger Mother. Anyway, it was a manifesto about why harsh parenting is good. And oh man, there's like a single passage from it that I would like to read.
It's Battle Hymn of the Tiger Mother.
Yeah, Battle Hymn of the Tiger Mother.
That sounds cool.
I should get
cool
that.
I need some parenting books. I should get that one. That one sounds
let's
right
see,
up my alley.
Are you expecting?
No. Yeah, I should get that. Well, I was thinking I did see this tweet. I didn't associate it with Bean. Why is he called Bean Dad?
Because it was a can of baked beans.
I forgot the most crucial detail. It's a can of baked beans.
This reminds me, earlier in the pandemic, there was a viral Reddit post about someone's significant other burying cans of beans in the backyard. Did either of you see that? It was very good.
No.
And just looking back at how freaked out everyone was, I was pretty freaked out. I contemplated burying beans. But
this was like a preservation
right.
tactic?
For some reason, people in the United States, I think, are really concerned about having a large quantity of goods all the time. That's why we have Costco. We invented warehouses of goods for public consumption. So everyone was just shopping like crazy. And one person decided to start burying cans of beans just for preservation in case the pandemic got really out of control and the supermarkets shut down. It was a very strange time in March and April in the United States.
Hoarding the beans. We're gonna hoard the bean trove.
Yeah, we were bean hoarding. We were toilet paper hoarding, bean hoarding. It was raining the virus outside, so you couldn't Yeah.
I mean, it's worse than it's ever been, but are people still hoarding? Are there some people who are just like hoarding and they have way too much toilet paper?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have a gigantic toilet paper mountain. Can't climb it. And we can't climb it. We put our fridge on top of there. That was a terrible idea. How will we get our food on top of the toilet paper mountain?
Well, some of them have houses big enough to hold a toilet paper mountain. I remember growing up in Dallas, the houses I would go to, like 18-foot tall, 18-foot tall ceilings and like walled-in neighborhoods. That
is an amazing feature of America is petite bourgeois rednecks, which is a very common thing, especially in Michigan, fucking where you live. There's so many petite bourgeois rednecks.
I think you have that in New Brunswick.
You're right. They do have that in Okay, so you have been in New Brunswick for how many months?
2. Now it's been officially 2.
It's been officially 2 months in New Brunswick. What are your impressions?
My impressions are... Okay, well, an anecdote that will sum it up is that I took a cab home from the bar. It's okay for us to go to bars. I'm not a COVID denier. And the cab driver was the sister of my next door neighbor. And that's not the first time that something like that happened. Like, everyone knows everyone. Oh, and the woman who sold me my house is my boyfriend's cousin's aunt.
Okay. Wait, does your boyfriend have New Brunswick connections?
Yes, he's from Moncton.
Oh, I see. So it's a very small province that is controlled entirely by 2 old men. Yeah.
The Irvings apparently own, I mean, I'm sure this is widely known, they own all the print media in the province. So everything that we hear about New Brunswick is controlled by the enemies of New Brunswick.
Mm-hmm. They're oil barons, but they also have their stake in they have their fingers in a lot of pies.
Yeah.
They have diversified industry interests. Mm-hmm. They're very interesting figures.
Because I know some of them. That's, I guess, how small it is. One of our friends is an Irving. So maybe I shouldn't be talking about the Irvings publicly, but...
Yo, fuck your friend. They benefit, No, it's okay. I've been watching a lot of The Sopranos, and it's okay to be a meadow.
You know? And there's also, there's like apparently the good Irvings and the bad Irvings. And the woman that we are friends with is a good Irving. She's like once removed.
The good man. You remember in the 90s X-Men, animated X-Men, when at the end of the intro sequence, like just the 2 groups of good and evil mutants would clash head on with each other? I imagine the good and bad Irvings clashing like that.
Well, what do they have to clash over? Like, what are the clashes? What are they about?
Oil and print media. I don't know.
So they control the print media, but that means they got to get into the website business now.
I think that's the problem. They're not. And so the real news is circulating digitally, and then they've got these like outdated papers nobody's buying.
Yeah. You know how like the whole internet pornography industry is in Montreal?
Yeah.
That is like the hub of internet pornography. The Irvings tried to start their own Fredericton-based internet pornagography business.
Erotic literature business. Yeah.
Erotic literature business?
Nice.
Did they know?
No, but this is the premise I'm starting is Irv porn, but it was only, they were the ones curating all the pornography, so it was their specific taste, so like a lot of adult baby stuff.
Whoa.
That's what I
good
imagine
stuff.
the Irvings are into.
That's the good stuff. That's rare to get that stuff.
Adult baby stuff.
Yeah, you got to go digging.
Really? No, you don't have to go digging at all. What are you saying?
What do you mean? How do you know? How do you know how long it takes?
I don't know just now, but I just know that there's everything. You can look up adult baby and you will not be disappointed.
No, it's hard to find. I've tried.
You've tried to find you tried to
And
find
I couldn't.
the good
I
shit.
couldn't. I was just curious. Yeah.
Look, there's a lot of pedestrian adult baby shit out there, you know.
I feel like I could find it in like under 3 seconds.
Yeah.
I would just search breastfeeding.
Ooh. Okay. Well, that's going to become a hot topic soon.
Oh yeah. It's I see no one wants the milk that I produce. Which is just sweat.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's what milk is.
It's just perennium sweat.
That actually is. Milk is most similar to sweat. That's what it is.
What else is it? It's like protein?
I think. And then I think there's like a lot of hormones in it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Maybe we just add those in. I don't know.
And then there's like it's like 3% tit. There's like some tit in there.
We put a lot of extra like medicine in it for the cow. Then we get that and we would drink it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I
like the idea of being biologically enhanced through protein liquid mined from animals. You know, that's when I think about that, that's the best sequence of The Last Jedi, where Luke is just drinking the weird blue milk from the creature's udders, and it's like, but when you think about it, that's cows, you know? When you think about it.
Oh, you wanted to talk about Wonder Woman, and I started watching Red Letter Media review of Wonder Woman, but they were really depressed. It seemed like they were so depressed by it they didn't even get to reviewing it.
Oh, they review it eventually, but I don't know. Have you seen Wonder Woman, Fawn?
No.
Neither of us, no three of us, none of us have seen it, but I will still offer my impressions. All I know about it is I find it very funny that Gal Gadot, you know, she was drafted into the IDF. Everyone has to serve, you know. She still occasionally tweets out that Hamas is bad, which is very strange. But yeah, I like the idea of having this actively, you know, Zionism is her political issue, really. And so there's something very funny about having like a Zionist Wonder Woman. It's just like... Yeah,
it's cool, I guess. It's cool for them. Everyone needs a mascot.
I just feel like there's going to be like a Wonder Woman where she like frees women in hijabs from like, there's going to be a really, really like borderline anti-Muslim Wonder. Even in this movie, there was like so the premise of the movie, Pedro Pascal gets wishing powers and he's able to grant people wishes. And then he goes to like the mayor of Egypt and who wishes that I wish that they would give the land of my people back.
What?
You know,
really?
Like, yeah, that happens in the movie.
Wow. That's weird. That's very that's pretty political. It's like a pretty political thing.
It's not like you don't know if he's the Muslim Brotherhood or anything like that. You don't know if he's or you know, he's Anwar Sadat's lost son, Dave Sadat.
Mm-hmm. Reuben Sadat.
Reuben Sadat. Shecky Sadat. But yeah, so I can't think of and people have been undone. Like Chris Pratt got undone for just having pretty run-of-the-mill homophobic views.
Well, you just went to the church that has those.
Yeah, we don't even know what Chris Pratt thinks of the gays.
Yeah, well, I guess he didn't disavow. He should have disavowed.
Should have disavowed.
Just done the Trump thing. I disavow. I
disavow. Oh, man. Fucking... Man, New Brunswick, man. What is, like... Would you describe it as... Is it Schitt's Creaky? Does it feel like a kitchen sink drama?
It does.
I mean, comedy?
I've only seen, I would say, 3 episodes of Schitt's Creek, but it feels like those first 3 episodes to me, myself moving here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like I can see out my window. I can see the river. I can see like a bunch of trees. That's new for me. Artwork warehouse.
Yeah.
there's like one of everything. There's one grocery store, one bookstore, you know. So I don't know. I like it.
So you're in one of the nicer towns in New Brunswick.
Yeah.
In order to not dox you, we won't say where it is. But there's only one, really.
There's only one nice town. I will say this, and this might allow people to dox me. All of the therapists seem like idiots. That's my to-do list is to find a new therapist here. They're all like uneducated and 18 and specialize in like laser therapy.
What's that?
I don't know what that is, but that's apparently a real type of therapy.
Laser therapy?
Yeah.
Is it an acronym or do they use lasers?
No, I'm imagining they take some kind of laser device, and I've seen people do it for acne. Maybe they just like put it on your brain.
Is it like a negative ion beam or something like it? And there's some sort of weird pseudoscientific deal.
There's something that claims to vibrate the air in a way. I've seen it sells for like $10,000.
Oh wow.
It's a huge scam. It's great. It's very cool. Maybe it's that.
I've seen people say that if the air vibrates, that means that you're allergic to Wi-Fi. I saw this woman talking about it, and she was like, see? And she was like vibrating her hands, and she said that she has like an allergy. I think it was like a 5G adjacent thing.
Sounds like they just want vibrators. Did I tell you my idea for a line of vibrators marketed specifically towards men called straight men, called gizmos?
No. And so why straight?
Well, because I feel like straight men are self-conscious about buying vibrators for pleasure. Probably. So you know how they need to make fucking soap gray and like it's charcoal and beef scented, so you're a man, So you need to have this gendered advertising for vibrators as well. And they can't look like dicks either. So because that would be gay. So you'd have to make them sort of yonic.
Well, they all look like they have like that one that's just an ass with a hole in it. It's like men's sex toys are always just the body part, and women's look as unlike the body part as possible. Yeah.
There's always machines because, that is because women are the future, that's the sex robots, that's why we're really afraid of the sex robots because they outmode men. They don't outmode women. Yeah. Unless they invent the pregnancy bots.
So you're saying men are going to be illegal? They're trying to make men illegal?
Yeah, trying to make men illegal. Are you trying to ban men?
You trying to make me illegal? This means war,
It's the man ban. I'm going to do an unhinged TikTok where, like, the women at the man checkpoint are, like, interrogating me. It's like, are you a man? And I'm like, no, I'm a pretty little girl. I have no idea where this is going.
Yeah, it's men versus women. It's the Marvel movie.
It's like the Turner Diaries, except the Jews are women. Unhinged misogyny. Speaking of unhinged misogyny, I keep having this joke where I'm like misogynist, but all of their stereotypes are. Don't you hate how women are always just telling the time? Don't you hate how it's like 6:05? They'll say like, it's 7:35 p.m. Don't you hate that? Fucking women.
That's unhinged.
Don't you hate how women are always, pointing out things in the sky like birds and such? Women.
Yeah, I think you should definitely pursue that.
The confused misogynist character. These are dumb characters. Oh my god.
Well, I was working on a character because I've been seeing all these news stories about parties being busted by the police. So that means that the police right now are like hunting for parties. And that sounds like something I would love to do. Because I would love to just go snitch on people having a good time. It's like...
the party police.
Yeah. Just love to be a party cop. An undercover party cop. I hate going to parties, but I do it because it's my job. And then,
I'm a real introvert.
Yeah.
I get my energy from being alone. But I'm on this party beat.
yeah, that guy. And then got me thinking about maybe he has to bust like a police party. Like the police are having a party, and then he has to like rat out on his own police buddies. And he's like the Serpico of undercover party cops. which would be great. Let's see, what was I had some things written down about it.
You had a whole treatment.
Oh yeah, I gave it the treatment. So at the police party, the illegal police party they're having during COVID, they have a thin blue conga line that they're doing. They're dancing the thin blue conga line, and then they're doing limbo under a thin blue limbo bar. That's
and
just all.
How low they can set the bar.
Yeah. Alex, you said that a guy doing a keg stand, a gun accidentally goes off. It's like a wild party. This scene.
Yeah.
So this is now a movie. I want to make the Serpico of undercover party cops.
Yeah. But I think I said the Serpico cop. It's a dead giveaway, unfortunately, when he refuses to beat up the ceremonial black teenager.
Whoa.
And
you talked about this already.
That is R-rated. That is an R-rated thing.
That is R-rated.
Yeah, we had to cover it a little bit because this is
not if the black teenager is played by Kevin Hart. Then it's funny.
Oh,
God. No, we're not a. I disavow my own podcast.
You.
I disavow.
This is not in any of my notes here. Like the way I find me, because I'm gonna play it, but no, it's not gonna be me. We're gonna get someone really good to play it. Who do you think? Mm-hmm. Maybe Pacino again, old
Devon Sawa.
Devon Sawa, isn't he fucked up now?
I hope not.
Isn't he dead?
I think he is dead. I think Devon Sawa is dead.
From what was he in? He was in like teen movies, right?
He was. Yeah, he was. There were lots of dead teen stars from the 90s. Man. Devon Sawa is alive.
Darn it.
Ew.
I mean, great.
Looking at his photo, it's oh my.
Your George Takei is activated?
George Takei. Everybody does a George Takei impression. Remember when someone accused me of rape? I'm glad people love me too much for that to stick. Oh my.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
What happened? Didn't the guy take it back?
I don't remember what happened.
I think something happened. Did you guys see the Kevin Spacey thing?
No, I got 30 seconds into it and it was like, this is making me like physically ill. I can't watch this.
I had to turn it off also. I didn't know maybe Fawn saw it.
No, what are you talking about?
Kevin Spacey put out a very creepy video for Christmas.
Oh.
With him doing the character from his show House of Cards that he got fired from for rape.
Right.
And then I'm pretty sure it was an anti-suicide message, I think.
Okay.
But didn't the guy that accused him of rape kill himself? So
I was found dead. I don't know if he killed himself.
Oh.
I think he was killed.
He was found dead.
Or he accidentally overdosed.
Okay.
It's very suspicious, the whole Kevin Spacey thing.
So
that
Kevin
shit is nuts.
Kevin Spacey coming around is scary. It's like worse than the Grinch kind of a thing for Christmas.
You're a mean one, Mr. Spacey. You like 14-year-olds. You've got a really tiny penis and a tinier soul, Mr. Spacey. Yeah, that writes itself.
Yeah.
Very bad. That's like a Randy Rainbow parody.
So, never mind. What were we talking about?
What I want to talk about is there's a subject to dox you further, Fawn. There's a subject that you know about. You're in the literature. You're in the literature community.
What is this famous? What were you saying?
What do you make? I just want to talk about the phenomena of the indigenous dolazoling in the Canadian literature community.
Oh. I think that I'm pretty sure we were asked not to discuss this by the indigenous community.
We were asked not to discuss this
We
by the
as
end.
white people were there was a request that white people don't discuss it. At least the one about Gwen.
Oh, what? Why was the
the other ones they haven't? So I don't know if we can talk about the other ones.
Okay, I'm not gonna. If it's a sensitive issue, I'm not gonna poke at it because I have much respect to these indigenous writers commanding their own voices. So, but if you do want to look up something fucked up,
yeah,
that is a weird phenomena that keeps happening, not just here, but in the States. Yeah.
Yeah, there's also, I think it's like there's two issues. There's the one of people claiming identities they don't have, and there's also a group of people that are like very excited by hunting these people down and like ruining them. And I think that's an equally dangerous line.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that it's like a genetic provable thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's all kind of blurry and fucked.
Yes.
Opinion.
I was going to make jokes, but now I'm not going to make jokes.
I'm imagining my name on this, and it's making me.
Yes, I understand.
We don't use last names on this show.
Is it bad to talk about Joseph Boyden though? Because that was like the biggest one in recent memory.
I think you can talk about Joseph Boyden.
So that was an interesting one too.
And you can also talk about John Kay, who is like involved, and I think he's fine to talk about. You know about John Kay?
The National Post columnist?
Yeah, he was like the editor-in-chief of The Walrus.
Oh, he's got a weird relationship with his mother, Barbara Kay.
Yeah, she's a men's rights activist.
Yeah, she's a big MRA.
John was the one, I think he and somebody else invented the appropriation prize, which was to be given to the best cultural appropriator.
Ew.
And they like really wanted to follow through with it.
That's
what an awful
it's like they
dude.
give it to it. It's what are they? They're just gonna give it to a guy that puts like tape on his eyes and says, "I'm Chinese now." Is that what John Kay wants?
That literally, I think, is what John Kay wants.
Yeah, he's like, look, the blackface episodes of 30 Rock were the best episodes of 30.
Oh my god.
Those were Trudeau's best years.
That's when I liked him, because he had balls then.
That's when he looked good. He did it on his whole body, too. He even cut his jeans open.
Yeah, he straight up did a fucking Jimmy Kimmel, Karl Malone full body one. That takes commitment, you know.
Yeah.
That's not no trifling blackface. That's, I'm gonna single out this portion of the show.
Yeah, you guys are pushing it today.
We're going nuts. It's because I've been watching too much of The Sopranos, so now I'm filled with.
Well, I should say you guys. It's just you, Alex.
Yeah, thank you. I, the topic of transracial identities is crazy right now, so we don't have to talk about it. I didn't know about the stuff you were bringing up, and I guess a lot of Canadian stuff doesn't filter down to me.
I think that's good.
Well,
little niche controversies that no one actually cares about.
There's the same kind of controversies here. I mean, I have noticed this group of people who really go after anyone. Like, and we can probably talk about the Hilaria Baldwin, which is the most public
that's another one. It keeps happening. Why does this keep happening?
Hilaria Baldwin is interesting, especially because Alec Baldwin is such a special guy for all of us, because he portrayed Trump on our national favorite show.
Also called his daughter a little pig.
He's a horrible man. He like punched someone for a parking spot like this summer, I think. But what's up with Hilaria?
Well, as far as I know from the story is that Alec Baldwin was rebuffed by Salma Hayek on the set of 30 Rock. And so Hilaria, wanting to impersonate, she impersonated a Latin woman in order to get in his good graces to, pick up the rebound. And it just sort of spun out from there. And she kept it up for 10 years. I love it when lies go on that long and they're finally... Like, do you remember there was this, like, middle-of-the-road comedian, Steve Rannazzisi, who lied about being on 9/11? He lied about being in the buildings on 9/11.
Yes, I remember.
And just his series... I never listened to his comedy before, but you better believe I listened to his series of stupid mea culpas. That's just listening to Steve Rannazzisi on, like... various radio programs going like, I don't know, I said it once and I kept saying it and it just got out of control. And there's some part of me which sympathizes with that because, you know, I feel like your entire personality is just a series of little lies that you let get out of control.
Yeah.
At least mine is.
The lies that get out of... I've tried to avoid those after a couple of really nasty ones that got out of control on me.
What?
Oh, just like with a paper that I claimed I wrote in college that I never did. So I went through multiple iterations. I can talk about this now because statute of limitations. I have the grade, so it doesn't matter now. But I was like, yeah, my computer died. That's why I don't... And I did turn in the paper. And this was like right when computers were on the border of universal computer adoption. So I turned in a paper copy. I claimed to have. And then my computer mysteriously died right after I turned in this fictional copy of a paper. And then 6 months later, I was in the dean's office. It was like a long lie. And so after lying for 6 months about it, I ended up in the dean's office with my dad and like two deans. And I happened to be like, I swear I wrote it, and he lost it.
That sounds like New Brunswick porn.
I still get worked up talking about it because it was intense. But then I got like a B- on the. I got like a B-.
That's kind of how I feel like we all are with Zoom right now. Like we're in this perfect area where it crashes all the time and we don't know how to use it, and so you can use any excuse. Like I didn't go to most of my classes last semester. Because I was just like, I can't get Zoom working. And this is the only time in our lives we can do that. Like, Zoom is new. But we're getting too fluent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, soon all the boomers won't be, how do I print Zoom anymore? They'll be like Zoom warriors. They'll be like sending their terrible boomer memes to each other over Zoom.
Yeah,
they're terrible,
us.
Like... You're right, we're the boomers.
We're
boomers.
In 30 years... I can't wait for 30 years from now.
Yeah.
Get revenge.
When we are the libs. We are the cucked libs.
Get revenge on all the young people. We're going to make their lives miserable.
Look, I want to stave off global warming so that I have a world where I can torture my grandchildren.
By threatening them with more global warming.
Yeah. That is the dream, though, right? To be like I'm just gonna make a lot of Sopranos references.
Okay.
I want to be like Livia Soprano.
Did you finish it? The Sopranos?
I haven't finished it yet.
Okay, so
I'm up to season 5. I don't care about spoilers. I know how it ends. Fades to black. I know who gets capped. I spoil it for myself.
Okay.
So, Steven, do you care about spoilers? Have you seen The Sopranos?
I've actually also only seen up through season 5, but that was in 2003. When that's when I watched The Sopranos, a long ass time ago. I was like 12? No, 13. Yeah. I was 13.
We won't spoil it. I actually I had a dinner party last year where I was introducing my boyfriend to two of my closest friends who are a couple, and they were watching The Sopranos, and I was trying to like make a good impression with my new boyfriend, and he offhand mentioned like one of the major deaths in The Sopranos. I won't say who it is. And then the girlfriend I was closer with one of them, just fully doesn't like him now. And it just it just literally ruined it.
Oh, that's it. You can't do it. But yeah, it's just I love Dr. Melfi. I wish I had a therapist that was as good as Dr. Melfi.
Yeah. My therapist in upstate New York was pretty similar in some ways, but not nice. So I had to leave after a couple of years.
But that's what's good about Melfi. She's not. I mean, she's nice in that she listens and offers advice, but she doesn't, tolerate Tony's bullshit. She's real strong.
Well, one of our mutual acquaintances.
She's not intimidated easily.
We had a mutual Alex, someone you and I know from Bard who killed themselves also went to that therapist, so I was vindicated later. Because whenever one of your patients kills themselves, come on. That's like a really bad Yelp review. You know?
Well, they can't leave it. So, joke's on them.
Yeah. Yeah. What's a fun thing to do is to go and police the Yelp reviews of where you work if you're angry at your workplace. I did that. I got a positive Yelp review taken down about a place that I worked once because I was pissed at my boss.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I reported it. I was like, this is spam. It's a spam review. It's fake.
It was like a compliment of your service.
No, not mine. It was not about me or anything particular about me. But I kind of felt bad after that. A little bit of guilt. Just a little bit. My teeny tiny heart. Nice?
Was it like a family business or anything like that? Was it like...
No, it's insurance. Insurance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So why did you feel bad?
Oh, because I like my boss.
Oh. We still have to relate to each other as people.
Yeah. I mean, he's like a weird University of Michigan finance bro.
Oh.
So, what do I care?
He would have popped his collar in 2006.
Oh, yeah.
When were popped collars a thing?
That's like 2006 was pretty cool, I would say.
Yeah.
I went to a school where you had to wear collared shirts, so they were being popped. The collars were being popped. It was all boys' school, so that's all that was really being popped. It's just
popping collars really sounds like rimming at an asshole.
Yeah, that probably was happening. It was a Catholic priest school, so it was happening somewhere. I never found it. I was always looking for it.
But just in the way that the cop looks for parties.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's
we
like you're
follow
reading
this conga line.
You're reading directly from my script here. That's exactly what I have written here. So I'm walking my beat, peering into all the stalls and urinals, looking for an illegal good time.
Yeah, it's the sequel to Good Time 2, trying to find...
Is that Safdie Brothers film?
The Softy Brother, Mr. Softies.
Safdie Brothers?
Yeah.
That's a good film.
I do like the Softy Brothers. I am of my demographic. I love Marty Scorsese movies and
I'm
Softy
of your
Brothers.
demographic too.
Yeah.
I wrote down two things that now I regret writing down. I wrote Larry King.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I wrote MF Doom. And I don't have anything to say about either of those, but they're big news.
Yeah, I started listening to. I listened to a little bit of. Is it Mad Villain, the album?
Mad Villainy. Mad Villain is the group. Yeah. It's MF Doom and Mad Lib, the producer.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of good features on it.
That's a good album.
It is.
It's the best album. I would say there's a good argument. You could easily put that in like a top 10 albums of all time list, and it would be like a lot of people would agree. Not just top 10 hip hop albums, but top 10 like most significant albums in music history, because it has proven to be probably one of the more influential albums for the swath of rap music that's out currently that's not trap music. Mm-hmm. And basically every rap music that's not trap music is like, we love MF Doom, and even trap music people love MF Doom too. But yeah, Tyler the Creator was inconsolable.
Well, it's very very cool how he died a while ago, and we just find out about it.
He died like on Halloween.
That's what it said. Yeah. Who knows, though? Maybe he's just doing that to be spooky. Maybe he's not dead at all.
He's going to revive himself.
Yeah,
this just turned out to be like a hoax.
What cooler thing could one do? Someone has got to do it. We haven't had one of those. Really.
A really good death hoax in a while.
Well, we've had some, but we don't know. Like, don't people say Paul McCartney's like fake?
Oh, yeah.
He just released a new album. How can he be fake?
Yeah, but people say he died like before Lennon, I think.
Yeah, that the Paul Lisdid conspiracy exists because he was in a car crash, and supposedly there's like lots of reference to it in the Beatles music.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that he looks just slightly different.
Almost as if he's aged.
Yeah, he really has that old lesbian thing. You know when how some old men age and they turn into old lesbians?
Yeah.
He really looks like that. He wears a lot of vests. That's also his real vest game going on.
I used to have a vest game. That used to be one of my weird nerdy things that I thought was cool. I had like 3 vests. I used to ask for them. God. It's amazing I never got into chess. I was horrible at chess, but I imagine once you're a vest guy, you're like a step away from being a fedora guy, and then like you're like an atheist who wants to explain atheism constantly. Like, do you know what it is?
You get into port.
Yeah. Oh. Weird.
You specifically become into weird alcohols like port or
weird
mead.
Fortified.
Yeah, I was just gonna say mead. That's why I would drink mead.
Oh, mead. Yeah, weirdo beer, and I am a weirdo beardo, so I'd drink some mead. It tastes like honey. It's fine. It's not that bad.
I think I've had it. I like it. I don't know.
Tastes like sweet, gross beer.
Yeah, it's kind of syrupy. It's not that good.
No. But I'm sure there's mead guys out there, and they directly overlap with the vest guys and the fedora guys and the atheist guys.
I used to know a guy who would bring mead to parties, or maybe he only did it once, but now I've categorized him that way.
He's a mead guy forever in here.
But he was like 4 feet tall, and he would just like, I don't know, I feel like he fits the stereotype perfectly. He didn't have a vest, but he may as well have.
Yeah. He had a vest on his soul.
He had a vested interest in mead.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, the vest guy also starts making joke. He when he hits his 30s, he starts investing in stuff, and then that's his joke. It's like
he turns it into a whole brand. He invests and he wears vests. That's his whole commercial. I'm the investor. I wear sharp vests. I make money for you. I do the futures. I do the shorts. I'll do whatever you want. I'll suck your dick. I'm the investor.
This is maybe to do a segue. This is probably very similar to the conversation happening now as people sit shiva for Larry King in New York.
Wait, did he just die?
No, I don't know.
Oh my lord!
No, he's just in the hospital.
Oh, he's not dead?
In the hospital, but no, he's not dead.
He's got COVID and he's in the hospital.
Oh well, he's gonna die.
Who knows if he's gonna die? He's an old ox, and he probably. They probably give Larry King the good shit.
The best thing about Larry King, he's got like a 12-year-old son, right?
Those guys always do that shit.
What? Man, what a fucking alpha. What a fucking G. Yeah. It's weird that people think you have to be a fucking Chad to be a fucking like alpha fucking guy who fucks. Because look at Larry King. He's a fucking goblin. But he's just got that swag, Also, speaking of The Sopranos, I've said this before. James Gandolfini is the most sexually attractive man to have ever existed.
Didn't you say this last episode?
I've said this last episode, but I didn't get a chance to explain myself, how it's just much raw animal energy I feel coming from this guy. It's like there's this fantasy of wanting to be like fucked by an animal, and that's why people like Twilight and shit. That's why people like My Werewolf Boyfriend and shit. Or that's why people wished he stayed a beast in Beauty and the Beast. Well, that's like the James Gandolfini fantasy,
Oh.
You want to get fucked by James Gandolfini?
He was the only man I would bottom for.
What about his son? Have you heard about the new movie that's coming out?
Yeah, they're making a prequel. I don't know about it. Is his son hot? Does his son have hot, fat, sweaty, swarthy energy?
I haven't checked.
Hot, fat, sweaty, swarthy energy.
He looks similar, but it's not the same.
Yeah, I don't satisfy all of those conditions. Not by a lot.
Oh, man. Trying to think of other people in like the Gandolfini. So do either of you agree with my thesis?
No.
Okay.
I agree with what you're saying as your explanation, because I always really like Joaquin Phoenix, and I think he's like gross and masculine. But he's not Gandolfini. He's not like just pure man in that way that I think you're describing.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, he's a bit alien, you know. He's got a touch of the mystery to him, you know.
Yeah.
Don't ever know what that guy's thinking.
Stonery, like, I was just gonna say like Danny Masterson, the guy that did Hyde on that '70s show, but he's like a crazy rapist.
Yeah, he's bad.
He's a crazy. He raped a lot of people.
Bad.
That guy. Yeah. And Scientology enabled him to do so.
You're right.
He assaulted Cedric Bixler Zavala from the Mars Volta's girlfriend, and he wrote a song about it.
What an obscure person to assault.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Don't assault nobodies. If you're gonna assault anyone, you know, do a celebrity. Hey. Man, I got to that fucking episode where Melfi gets assaulted. That's rough. And I don't know if that shit's necessary.
That is rough.
Because all you gain from it is the nothing happens as a result of it, really, except for the fact that Melfi refuses to use Soprano to kill the guy. And it's like, what are you talking about, bitch? It would have been fine to use Soprano to kill the guy, I think.
But then you're getting all wrapped up in Tony's world. You don't want to get wrapped up in Tony's world.
And it's like her dedication to being like removed from the mob.
Yeah, no, it's obviously to show how strong her character is.
Yeah.
And, you know, how much she's unwilling to bend from her moral code. And it's useful that way. But it doesn't, you know, come up again in the plot, which is why, I mean, occasionally they'll, like, pepper it in. It's like, my son's failing out of Bard College.
I remember
her son goes to fucking Bard College.
That's one of the I went to Bard after seeing that, and it was really weird because I was like, it's gonna be like The Sopranos. It's that 17-year-old me.
We had at least one classmate I know of who definitely had mob connections, who is definitely a Meadow.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna say the name, but it was
keep
Italian.
It was
Italian.
Didn't you say earlier it's okay to be a Meadow?
Yeah, it's okay to be a Meadow, which I had only good interactions with this person. But yeah, they were definitely mobbed up.
Huh. What does the mob do? Are they gambling?
Well, I don't know how much the mob exists anymore. Because, you know, the whole point of The Sopranos is, like, the shit is ending. You know, they're in the late stage capitalism of the mafia. You know, the shit is coming apart at the seams.
They're being influenced by The Godfather constantly.
Yeah, they're just repeating, you know, better versions of old times, you know. Not unlike Lord of the Rings, you know, there was an age greater than you before, and you're just cycling through the same bullshit, but at a worse and pettier pace.
Good crossover potential there. Very good crossover potential.
With Lord of the Rings and Sopranos.
Yes.
All I could think about was gay Sopranos called Sopranus, and Lady Bunny plays Tony Sopranos, and Aquaria, the drag queen, plays Christopher Santiali, or something like that. You know, it writes itself.
Yeah.
And you know they're running numbers on like a dick sucking race or something like that. I'm stupid.
Dick sucking race. That's interesting.
Yeah, you ever been to a dick sucking race?
Yeah, whoever comes first is the winner.
Yeah,
of course. And there's also prizes for volume.
How do you like? I guess what you'd have to do is you'd have to spit the cum in the bucket. You'd have to like ring in order to prove that there was cum. But what if you like a guy like?
Is, you know, when you're like measuring something like oil, and part of it is always stuck to the measuring spoon. I feel like when you're measuring for volume, as Steven was suggesting, that would be like a difficult part of that.
Yeah. You'd so
like
that's why you have to
in the mouth.
You'd have to get really good spitting technique. That's part of the game, you know.
Or scrape it down, like get like a squeegee.
Yeah. You're allowed a mouth
spatula,
squeegee in order to
some sort of spatula action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get all the gravy from your cheeks and get it in the spittoon.
Well, that's in like the Olympic version where you really have to measure it because it's such a high level of quality of competitors.
Competitors.
Yes. This is great.
There actually has been a fucking fuck ton of news because last week was the week between Christmas and New Year's, which doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And nothing happens, or nothing's supposed to happen. But the other big thing is fucking old bitch McConnell stopping the $2,000 checks.
Yeah, I got my $600 though. I'm buying a TV.
Woo! 4K.
Yeah, no,
I don't have PTSD. I have PT4K.
I'm paying off part of my credit card bill for groceries.
That's the real debt jubilee.
Yeah. It sucks. It's crazy. Well, they let the cat out of the bag with $1,200, and I think America will never be the same. I'm hoping enough people realize they can vote, like who they vote for will actually maybe give them cash money. That would be great. That would be great if that accidentally made everyone start voting for good people. But I don't think it will. I'm not that optimistic.
No, you know who should run is Matthew Lesko, the guy with the question mark suit who taught you how to get free money from the government. He was right all along.
The commercial guy?
That like loud guy?
Yeah.
I
get you free money. The government's giving money all the time. I got a big suit. I got a mannequin quality to my voice. That's how you know I'm right. I'm Matthew Lesko. He should run for president. Knows how to get free money. We all know the free money's available.
Yeah. When it's debt, it doesn't count. So you can just give everybody up to where they're not in debt anymore, and then that would be great. They should do that.
Debt jubilee. Yeah. We've often talked about the debt jubilee.
I'm 100% in favor of a debt jubilee. I've also volunteered to be the human sacrifice that's required. It's no pressure, guys. I will do it. You can just cut my throat, and then you just have to, put the blood on your forehead, and you can do a debt jubilee. And nothing bad will happen to the economy because of this. So just do it. It's fine.
I was going to say we don't have human sacrifice in our culture anymore, but we totally do. It's called the prison industrial complex. Mm-hmm. I'm saying that glibly, but I actually do mean that. It is actually this crazy ritual human sacrifice that we do.
Yeah.
We are demons. Although a lot of marijuana records were expunged recently.
In Illinois, I saw
nice.
That. Yeah. That's good. I hope they do that everywhere. That really should happen in New York. That would be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Have you guys been, oh, sorry, Alex.
No, I have nothing to say.
I don't want to pivot away from important prison conversation, but
God damn it, Fawn. We were just about to crack the meaning of the fucking universe.
Who do you work for?
And you come here with your shit. You're a guest on this show.
Yeah.
Sorry, sorry, Fawn. What's happening?
Have you been watching Your Honor?
No.
No, I've heard it's the worst thing ever.
No, what is it?
You think it looks like the worst thing ever?
Is it? No, I've heard it's the worst thing ever.
Amazing.
Is it actually good? What's it about? What's happening? Tell me about it.
Bryan Cranston plays a judge, and his son kills somebody. He's driving and he hits a motorcycle rider. And then Bryan Cranston just tries to cover it up using his in with the legal system. But if you've heard it's bad, now I'm insecure and maybe it is bad.
No. Do your own. I just saw the Rotten Tomatoes audience score, and it was.
My boyfriend and I make a night out. It's tonight, actually. Sunday night is
Your
Honor night.
It's Your Honor night.
Cool.
And so it spins out of control. Is he playing another? But it's not like another Walter White character. It's a different guy that breaks bad.
He's like a normal, clean-cut guy who just has to protect his son.
Is his son in the wrong, or is
his son leaves the guy to die.
Oh, is his son a dipshit? And you're like, that makes Bryan Cranston's character more unsympathetic?
Well, he has asthma. I think what I like about it is it's very much about how white people influence everything in the legal system, and it's very I think it's written by white people, but it's very anti-white, which I'm enjoying.
Yeah, we don't like the whites.
network of like evil white people manipulating the system, and then like innocent black people dying because of it.
It's a commentary on Walter White in a weird
Yeah.
way. Just what-
That is true. A lot of Latinos do die for Walter White.
Well, I mean, the Breaking Bad brings in those crazy white supremacists at the end. Sorry, no spoilers.
Yeah.
Sorry, no spoilers from there. We can't say any more.
Well, that's what's funny about. That's why the Breaking Bad end is sort of weak, because it's like they were like, okay, we need to come up with believable someone that's even worse than Walter. Nazis. But it turns out, 4 years later, Nazis would be seen as not so bad anymore. So take that, Vince Gilligan.
I think they were okay. They I don't know. I think it holds up. I haven't thought about Breaking Bad really. Although
Mr. White.
yeah, I do kind of like Jesse Pinkman.
Pinkman. Yeah, didn't you start a Twitter account called the Pinkman Project?
I wanted to do a Lincoln Project parody called the Pinkman Project, but it did not go anywhere. No one was buying what I was selling.
Yo, Mr. Trump.
Yeah, Jesse Pinkman should run for president.
I put chili pea in all my stimulus packages. I can't do a good Aaron Paul voice.
I really like when he had the house party where he was sad.
Oh, the nihilistic house party where he's just raining drugs on everybody. Yeah, everyone should have that once in their life.
That's fun. I would love to inherit a huge house and then have a nihilistic house party.
Yeah.
That
I'd like to play
happened to
Marilyn.
me.
Really?
And then Alex was there.
Yes.
Ooh.
We all hung out in my dead mom's house for a bit.
Yes.
Although nobody did
was-
drugs.
No meth. That's better without meth.
Yeah.
We didn't have a nihilistic party though. We were
That's
just
true.
like
It was just
we
a
were
bunch
just
of
saying
nihilists
stuff.
in a house.
Yeah. We were just talking about taking your siblings' weird paintings out of the room. Or what was it? Art?
Oh, yeah.
I forget. It was like some sort of leather thing. I don't want to get
It was like
into
a
it.
hyper-realistic painting of two like lesbian demons like entwined at the vagina.
Hell
I don't know.
yeah.
My sister's like, she left it when she moved. I don't know why. It's very on brand for her.
It should, I feel like we should have been embodying the spirit of those vagina demons more.
Mm-hmm.
Gone real Pinkman about it.
That's the Pinkman Project.
That's the Pinkman Project, is having a nihilistic drug party.
That's what it turns out to be.
Inherited house.
It's the classic bait and switch where you are invited to what you think is going to be a political rally, but instead it's a room with that painting and you're slowly drawn into it. Is it like a painting or is it more of a sculpture?
No, it's a painting.
Okay.
It was like the dimensions of a classic poster. I think it just was a poster that she framed. I guess it was really meaningful to her.
Did it have it's like, I feel it's like one of those paintings that has the artistic aesthetic of a Magic card, Magic the Gathering card.
Exactly.
Yeah, that sort of fantasy art style, which I sort of unironically love that shit. I'll go sift through a book of hyper realistic demon paintings of fantasy art. That shit is fun. That shit is very fun to me.
I'll flip through a binder of Magic cards, looking to be entertained.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They're each beautiful pieces of art. Man, I would love to be a Magic card curator. There's probably a market for the paintings on Magic cards, I wonder who has one of those Magic cards, original painting, and like shows it off in their vestibule. It's like, you see this? This is Ristic Siphon.
Best guy.
Oh, that exists. That must exist. I have an original cell from The Simpsons, that's my weird esoteric fandom thing, but I feel that's more normal than a Magic card paint. No, it's not.
That's not normal. No, I think that's normal.
Okay. Is Magic, did you ever play Magic cards? Did you ever get into that world?
I had one pack, like one of those little, like, I don't know how many, like 8 card packs, but no.
And that kept you going? You just kept reviewing those cards
No,
for like a couple of weeks?
No, I didn't get it. I don't think I knew how to. I didn't know there was like an actual game beyond just the cards, and it was like Pokemon card era too, like happening simultaneously. I don't know. I think my sister was always into that shit, so I probably just like had exposure from her. I feel like that's like when she sees the world like a colorblind person, she sees like hyper realistic demons. That's just like what everything looks like.
That's a terrible world to live in. Oh my god. Frickin' man, fucking Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
He looks like a hyper realistic fucking magic card demon. He looks like people have pointed out he's the Slender Man. He's a turtle. He's a ghoul. But he's a useful heel. Politics is wrestling, right? And so someone's got to play the heel. And I think that's what he does. You remember when he ran against Amy McGrath and just Amy McGrath ate total shit?
Mm-hmm. You mean not but 3 months ago? 2 months
3
ago?
months ago.
2 months ago?
Yeah, a couple months ago.
I don't know.
And they just spent so much fucking money on Amy McGrath. They just pumped this lady full of money. And her claim to fame is that she was a fighter pilot, like she killed a lot of people, so you know she's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she killed a lot of people.
Yeah, we don't know.
Maybe that's libelous. Even if it's not, she would never deny it. She'd say, yeah, I killed some folks. That's how Obama, we killed some folks. Yep, we tortured some folks. We tortured some folks. Is the
well, the question is this going to affect the Georgia? Because this could affect the Georgia runoff race. So I'm a little confused why he's doing it. I guess he doesn't want to win that way. The way of promising people money.
No, I think he's just towing the classic Republican line, and because everybody knows he's a heel, he can just take the brunt of the blame for it. When really, this is a group effort by the entire GOP and the anti-tax hegemon that the anti-tax and anti-spend hegemon that influences Republican thinking and think tanks. So Mitch McConnell's their point guy. They say, "Hey, Mitch, can you be evil for us?" And Mitch says, "Yeah, I look like this. This is my job, I'm supposed to be a hate sponge." And he's very useful for that. He can do the things that people can get done. He keeps getting elected because he's like Ralphie Cifaretto. He's like Ralphie Cifaretto in The Sopranos. He earns. It doesn't matter that he's unpleasant or he occasionally punches a stripper to death. He earns. So that explains his constant popularity despite his ghoulishness.
Who plays Ralphie Cifaretto?
Joey Pants. Joey Pantoliano. It's Joey Pantoliano's character.
Okay, yeah. Now I remember who it is.
Yeah.
Right. Oh,
and
Joey Pants.
Yeah, he's part of his character is that he likes getting wax burned on his balls and then masturbating.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't believe I watched that with my dad.
That's the real bait and switch.
Man.
What?
I can't believe I watched the show with my dad.
Yeah, when you were 11.
Yeah, we were yeah. I guess we were bonding.
That's how you bond with your dad. Just like you can look at Tony and AJ's relationship and it's like, "Hey, that's us."
Well,
they don't have a good
you guys in Canada have had available money from the government, right? It's no strange thing to you. Serb benefits?
No, there's all sorts of problems with those. There were lots of stories. Yes. People do seem to get unemployment checks relatively regularly. I have no fucking clue.
It was the issue of they gave it out to everybody, and all you had to do to apply, I'm pretty sure I had a grant, so I don't know, was just to ask for it. And then they started asking for it back if you didn't qualify, but they didn't really explain how to qualify before they gave it out. So they gave it to everybody and then started accusing people of having stolen government money because they didn't meet these specifications that were actually new specifications. And they were threatening jail time and fines. And it almost seemed like they got really embarrassed that they had given it out to too many people.
Yeah,
But-
and especially with like the business one too, like people
Yeah.
were declaring like I think someone like was forced to pay back $15,000 of government money, or there was something. It got as high as that
Yeah.
in singular cases because of just poor communication, which is really that's the theme of the entire pandemic is just terrible communication,
Yeah.
including this Zoom shit, as you were alluding to earlier in the episode. Terrible communication is anticipated. We just expect it now.
When's everyone expecting to get the vaccine? I've got a good feeling about July.
I looked at my county announced they got 1,900 vaccines, and my county has 100,000 people.
Mm.
So we have almost 2,000 for like the month of January. So July, and that might be a little early for me, unless they really ramp it up.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna get the damn thing, and then after I go through it, I'll be immune. Not the vaccine. I mean the actual disease. I'm just gonna get COVID.
Oh, but you can get it more than once. You can get it more than once.
Yeah, you might get what they
Say
call
what?
long COVID.
Yeah, long haul.
Long COVID.
Also, the new variant is apparently worse for younger people.
Yeah.
The British variant.
Yeah, the
UK,
British variant.
British
the
variant.
UK style.
Yeah.
That's a good podcast name, the British variant.
It's the British variant. We're here. We're going to talk about very small changes to things.
Very small
Oh,
changes
Barry.
to trade agreements.
Yeah. Very small changes, very incremental, granular changes to Brexit. Wait, Brexit got done. Brexit got bloody done.
It got done. And
The provisions are.
And I think they're not allowed to fish anymore or even swim in the oceans surrounding the island.
Wow.
Yeah.
No swimming. The Dutch were very strict about this. No swimming. You cannot fish. You can take one boat. They're letting them one boat off the island.
Also, a part of the provision is that any German tourist can come once a year and kick a man in the bollocks. But it's okay because they wear socks and sandals, so it's cushioned.
Oh, I want to know what's happening to Gibraltar, because doesn't the UK own the Rock of Gibraltar?
Oh, yeah, what are all those people on that rock gonna do?
Well, Spain might want to take that back. I don't know.
Oh, that would be cool if the England and Spain go to war
They
over
won't.
Gibraltar.
Spain won't.
Let's have them go to war.
Spain wouldn't do that, but the whole EU would want that little place. That's where how you get into the Mediterranean.
Yeah, those hot gates. Those Thermopylae.
That's not what it's called.
What? No, it's not called that. But Thermopylae is the hot gates.
Okay.
And I don't know what the.
There's a name. There's a name for that.
Yeah, it's called the Strait of olive oil.
Yeah, that's how you get to the olive
modern
oil.
life. Yeah.
This is the Mediterranean's mostly olive oil.
Yeah. It's a very greasy sea.
That's racist. That's racist
What's
against
racist?
The Greeks and Italians.
I'm learning a lot about racism against Italians in The Sopranos.
Yeah.
There's a really fucking weird episode that's just about Christopher Columbus as like a figure, and like some indigenous professors are trying to like take down are protesting the Christopher Columbus parade, and Silvio Dante gets really mad because he's like, hey, Columbus was a paisan. They're trying to erase Italian American heritage. And it's like, I think it's known as being the worst episode of The Sopranos because all the dialogue is very arch, and they're basically putting very strange idea. They're not strange. They're putting a very very by the numbers talking points into the mouths of their characters. And eventually, Tony Soprano articulates David Chase's idea on the issue. It's like, what's an Italian ever do for you? What's Chef Boyardee ever do for you? Which is why David Chase saying that it's stupid for Italian Americans to get worked up about Christopher Columbus. But that episode is very relevant today because Italian Americans still getting worked up about Christopher Columbus. Hey, they're taking down the Columbus statue in Philly. He's an Italian hero.
They're taking them down all over. We're just destroying our histories. Which, and now no one knows who he was. Because I don't know. Who? Christopher who? I'm sorry, I don't know who that is because we destroyed our history.
Mm-hmm.
Once again. Just like how when we... what was it? I was watching a crazy documentary about like... just a short snip of it I was watching about how these ancient... I think there were paintings. No, what's the? I'm blanking on what it was, but they like walled over a portion of a painting to get rid of some rulers they didn't like. It's like we've always been taking down statues and paintings of people we don't like and revising history.
Yeah.
That's
Remember when we all forgot about Hitler after we took down all those Hitler statues?
Yeah, we had so many of them.
Yeah, all those Hitler statues that were littering.
It was like a mosaic that they changed, a mosaic of a ruler. An ancient Ostrogothic ruler in like the year 600 or something. And they changed the whole mosaic to get rid of this one ruler. Because he was a different kind of Christian. He was like an Aryan, which is a heretical version of Christianity.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's his name? Joseph Stalin edited out that guy. He was photoshopping people before Photoshop.
Yeah, he did it. He was airbrushing. He was an avid airbrusher.
Everyone, we are collectively deciding history, and we're deciding which should be venerated with graven images. Which graven images do we want? Didn't God say something about this being bad? Nah, we're going with the graven images.
Which God? Which God?
Christian God, the right, correct God, obviously.
Okay.
God gave his only son.
Mm-hmm.
Kid, this is gonna be hard to take.
Oh, it's that Dad. Yeah. There's
Jeff Seaman E. It's with Jesus and washing the apostles' feet, and they talked about washing the apostles' feet. They didn't talk about sucking the apostles' dicks.
Did you say
they
Seamany?
left that part out of the Bible?
You're talking about
Jeff Seamany. He was in the garden of Gethsemane.
Is that a play on words for simony?
Gethsemane, the garden of
Gethsemane, which is the Gethsemane. Well, yeah, Gethsemane.
Gethsemane.
Simony is the practice of selling clerical offices. That's what semony is. Jesus didn't do any of that.
What, suck dick?
No, sell clerical offices.
No, but definitely sucked a lot of dick.
I have no idea.
And it's
I'm
old
not
Israeli
going to
dick.
hell. You're the one that's going to go. You're going to go to hell.
I'm a Christ killer. I'm already a Christ killer.
Whoa.
That would be like the Ice-T of Christian music. Instead of releasing Cop Killer, releases Christ Killer.
That'd be a cool thing. You should do it.
Man, you know what I discovered this week, which is very crazy, and in terms of like going back to Zionist Wonder Woman, there's a pro-Zion rapper called Nissim Black, and he's this overweight black guy from Seattle that converted to Orthodox Judaism and now makes pro-Zionist rap music.
Oh.
And he dresses as an Orthodox Jew with the full payas and everything, and it's just crazy wacky. And I highly recommend Nissim Black videos.
I think I've seen that. Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah,
he's been around a while, I think, because I have a distant memory of it.
Mm-hmm. I just discovered it. I just like the idea of pro-Zion rap music. Gotta push the green line as I push my nine times. I don't know.
My nine times. What's the green line?
I'm a rapper. The green line is the border between the legal settlements and the illegal settlements, but they're all illegal.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know what we can do except boycott. We're a pro-boycott podcast.
Israel was just a game of Settlers of Catan that got way too out of hand. And now, instead of longest road, you get most olive trees burned down. Most olive groves. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm I'm comfortable calling. I'm full on. I don't recognize Israel's right to exist.
Whoa. Hey, I don't go that far, but I'm pro boycott.
Yeah, we're all into BDS.
M optional. We're pro BDS, and the M is optional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, because it's masochistic to have to go without soda streams. I'll tell you that much. Best seltzer maker on the market. Sabra hummus, beautiful. What are other Israeli exports? Psychedelic trance music?
Yeah, Goa trance, I believe. Isn't Goa trance?
Goa trance? I thought that was from Goa.
Goa, like Brazil? Let me see. Why do I associate
India.
it?
Goa's from India.
I don't know where. Okay.
Goa is the province, is the state in India that was colonized by the Portuguese, which is why everyone has Portuguese last names. It's why Dinesh D'Souza is called Dinesh D'Souza, why he has a Portuguese last name, despite him being a Desi man.
Wow. That's a good fact. I love good facts.
It's Goans. And yeah, a form of very sexy 90s trance music was also pioneered there.
Okay, but so Goa trance is not psychedelic?
They dovetail into each other, but there's like, have you ever heard Infected Mushroom? That's like that is the Israeli psytrance band. And there's like 1,000 of them, and they're all bad. I don't know, it's just this like, imagine this, there's like sort of this cloying sentimental thing going on. I don't know how they managed to achieve it with instrumental electronic music, but yeah, there's this saccharine quality to it which makes it, unpalatable to me as a great lover of EDM. Yes. I don't know. Do you listen to any EDM, Fawn? Did you ever get into electronic dance music?
No, I don't want to keep talking about my sister. My sister is like my Sopranos with you.
No, your sister is an extremely interesting character.
But
so I don't know how much of her quirks you're willing to reveal.
Well, I don't think about her that much. That's the thing. But she used to listen to a lot of Infected Mushroom and a lot of
if you listen to Infected Mushroom, you have the Vagina Demons poster.
Yeah. And she did this dance. I don't know if you know about it or if it's even real, called shuffling, and she would do it to that music, and it was like at like a cultural, like for her it was a big deal the way someone might get into like being in bands. Like she danced to electronic music, and it was like really humiliating for me.
How if you listen to ska, like you have to know how to skank real good, or else they won't take you seriously at the ska concerts. They'll punch in your fedora.
Is that where you put your head down and swing your arms?
No, skanking is where you do an exaggerated running motion.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that. It's like if you listen to Back to Marco, you have to have casual sex. It's like she had to learn this.
Yeah.
It was just like this embarrassing dance that she would like do for our extended family.
Shuffling. I take my shuffling seriously. You're not supporting me on this. You go to Shuffle College somewhere in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Same university where they're pumping out the electronic superstars.
There is school for electronic music now, which is hilarious when I found out. And then I ended up like basically doing that.
You went?
Yeah.
Not to like a school for it, but at my college there was that like aspect you could major sort of in that, and then a husband of one of my teachers started a school just to like, it was like DJ school. I don't want to say who, but I could probably say who.
We need more DJs.
Yeah, it was a school like to learn how to become a DJ, like a kind of like a dubstep DJ, because dubstep was the big thing at the time.
Yeah, that lasted a while.
Dubstep was big for like 5 years, right?
No, it was big for like a year and a half, and then that was it.
Okay.
That's as much as I remember it being in vogue. And then it's like, it was a year and a half of dubstep, and then just 7 years to present of trap music. It's all been trap for the last 7 years.
Huh. I guess. But DJ school sounds fun. Like, you know David Guetta?
Yeah.
David Guetta.
The guy
He
that was always
did the
working
best.
Sia.
Yeah, yeah. I saw him because he did a hilarious like rooftop concert for the pandemic.
It was for George Floyd.
Oh,
He
for
shouted
George
out
Floyd.
George Floyd. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
and it was uncomfortable, I think.
Yeah.
Because he's like, shout out to George Floyd
Yeah.
in a weird accent. It was very strange.
He's a racist progressive in the way that all Europeans are simultaneously progressive and racist. You know.
How's that?
We go out. We believe that America is bad and sinful and, the font of intersectional racism and oppression, but we also call our black soccer players monkeys and stuff like that. You're
Sound like that guy that used to be in our band.
Oh, no. Who
There
was
was
that?
a weird guy that we played music with that I was too gung-ho about and kept ignoring how genuinely weird he was.
You guys had a band?
Yeah, we played music together. We played like 3 shows, and then I realized I didn't like playing live music, and so I was like, "Hey guys!"
Oh, Alex, you
stop.
love playing live music.
I don't.
Yes,
I
you
hate
do.
setting up. I hate hauling black boxes around town. If I had roadies, I would like playing live
I
music.
think I
but don't.
believe that you hate it, but you also are so good at it that people like don't want to
Oh.
believe you don't like it.
You're nice. You're very nice. But I always hate the things I'm good at. I was a great actor. No, I was
Yeah.
a terrible actor.
No, you were a big. I won't say for.
No, I think I've already doxed myself to the point. I don't think people are like delving into like
Yeah.
minute 90 of these shows in order to hear.
But you were
who
like
I
the
am.
preferred brain.
I was the non-racist brain. On the television show Arthur.
Yeah.
I voiced a character. But I feel like Americans believe that all Canadians were on the show Arthur, just as a right of. You know how like all Canadians were on Degrassi. At some point.
Yeah.
Oh, here's your welcome to Canada. Here's your maple syrup and your mousse and your Degrassi cameo, and you'll be right fine there. That's where Drake started. That's how we got Drake. It's because of the Degrassi to fame pipeline.
I was only made aware of that just maybe a couple months ago, if you can believe it.
Oh man, the European guy that I was quoting is actually from Kroll Show, where he plays Euro guy. That's what I'm imitating.
Is that from Wheels, Ontario?
Wheels, Ontario? The Degrassi parody is also on Kroll Show.
Yeah.
I kvell about Kroll Show.
I love
that is like
I love Wheels, Ontario. It's one of the funniest.
Wheels, Ontario.
It's one of
Pardon,
the funniest bits.
Mom, I didn't stain my blouse. Oh, we'll move back to Saskatoon. Oh, this is Gene Creamer's? Yeah, it's endless, endless stupid jokes. Did you ever watch Degrassi, Fawn?
No.
Did you ever get into any of that? What is the most Canadian shit that you were into as a kid?
Ketchup chips.
Okay, that's some pretty
Big
Canadian shit. That's not a Canadian, like, cultural touch. That is a Canadian cultural touchdown,
I
suppose.
feel like being from Toronto, which you are too, right, Alex? Or are you American?
Yeah, I'm from Toronto.
Okay, yeah. I feel like we didn't get the Canadian upbringing. Like, we just wanted to be American or pretended we were American.
Yeah, that's mostly true.
I think
People have this...
Sorry, no, go ahead.
Well, people have this real loyalty in Canada to shit like Arthur and to shit like... And I feel like Trailer Park Boys and Kids in the Hall sort of escaped Canada. Like, people know about those shows outside of Canada, so they don't really count. And Schitt's Creek doesn't even count because it's popular outside of Canada.
No.
I'm talking about the shows... I guess Arthur, to some degree, doesn't count to that. Doesn't count as well. But... Yeah, I feel like Degrassi is one of those shows where it's mostly Canadian. Like, its fan base outside of Canada is small compared to its relative proportion inside.
Yeah.
And so I feel like people really cling to those shows because they represent some sort of cultural experience that we're always vying for, but not really coming up with. Because like you said, we like aspire to American culture, or our culture is just cobbled together from the various immigrant cultures that come to Toronto.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we have Leonard Cohen. You could fairly say like belongs.
Yeah, but he's a Montreal guy, though.
Yeah,
That's
they've
what's
got their
important.
own, separate thing.
Yeah, Montreal has the culture. Montreal is that's where all the distinct Canadian cuisine comes from, is Quebec. Our tourtière and our
You
putain.
hear about in Quebec how they don't want people to say takeout anymore?
What do
What
they
do
want
they
them to
say?
say?
Because everyone's been like stylizing it in English, like le takeout, and they obviously want French to be predominant, so they want everyone to say like à emporter and say it.
Apporter?
Yeah, like say it in French, whatever it is. And they also want to take away. I don't know if either of you have been to Montreal much, but they say bonjour hi when you enter.
Yeah. Bonjour
and they
hi.
want people to say bonjour ho.
What?
No, okay, that's actually, I like that, because it really is part of the Quebec lumberjack spirit. Everyone's going, ho, ho, ho.
But it
Bonjour
doesn't
ho.
mean anything.
No, or like they're calling you a ho. Bonjour ho.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a queer eye kind of thing.
So they've inherited like the French, the tradition of being really rigid about language.
Yes.
Which I appreciate that, but it gets you into sticky situations all the time.
It sure does. Listeners of the show will know.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny about the Quebecois is they're so stringent about language that in France, KFC is called KFC. In Quebec, it's
PFK.
called PFK.
What?
Poulet frit Kentucky.
Oh, no way. Really? It's PFK?
Yeah, really. It's called PFK. You can get the boxes.
Yeah.
And I love PFK because it sounds like an also ran like secondary German socialist party or something like that. It just sounds so unappealing as like a food, as a food initialism.
Did you guys see
But
that
no, Montreal's great.
KFC has like a video game console?
They got a video game console and a Lifetime movie with Mario Lopez.
So
where he
KFC has
plays
a video game console, and you can put chicken in it. Like to
It's an
keep
air fryer?
Yeah, you keep the chicken warm, and
No.
and then yes, and then you play video game. You connect your chicken to the TV, your chicken oven. You're like,
Oh my god.
and yeah, it's apparently real. Made me want to shoot myself. Yeah, but I didn't.
Somehow
yeah.
better than the Stadia.
The Google
No,
Stadia.
that's not true. I have not tried the Stadia. I shouldn't rag Google.
video
They're the
game
best of
killer?
our overlords. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Excuse me, I have a toad in my throat. But yeah, the Google Stadia is gonna be the video game killer. We're gonna have to rent our video games from Google. Great. Can't wait.
Terrible world we live in.
And
Where
how-
you have to rent your video games.
I want to rent my video games from KFC. Okay.
I would love it if KFC just pivoted into being a video game company.
Yeah.
It's just another one of those lies that just got out of hand. You know, we started saying we were a video game company, and suddenly we were. Just couldn't stop it now. It's like when KFC said they were in the towers in 9/11, and we couldn't.
Something with the lies that got out of hand that we've been hearing about more is all of the people who started fake businesses to apply for loans in America, which is great. I wish I had thought of it, but there was probably, I don't know, like 30 or 40,000 people they've identified who all had the same thought at the same time, which is like, oh, I could start a business and apply for $100,000 loan.
It's really easy to start a business. You ever go on Google Maps and you're just looking at residential areas, and then you'll see like Jerry's Print Shop
Yep.
LLC, or
Yep.
you'll see like Tanya's Hair and Feed.
Yeah, my landlord has like her own business that she runs. She paints horses,
What?
little
Oh,
miniature ones.
Like she puts the paint on the horse?
Yeah, she buys white horse figurines and paints them.
Oh, I thought you meant like paint the horse like they did to that poor horse in Wizard of Oz.
No,
Or like the cows all over Toronto. Or
Yes.
sorry, they're not cows, they're moose.
Mooses.
Obviously.
That was the
What?
thing in Toronto.
There's like
Everyone
all over Toronto with different patterns on them.
Yeah.
That's what we have as Canada. It's the fucking Moose Project.
we had the Moose Project. They're all fucking gone now except for like 2.
Oh, I left at the right time.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone in Toronto, yeah, for a brief period, our streets were littered with various mooses that were
Meese.
painted meese.
Yeah.
Yes.
Plural,
The plural
Plural is meese.
of moose is meese.
Yeah.
The plural of goose is geese.
Yeah.
The plural of loose is lease.
Yep.
The plural of Seuss is cease. The power of Christ compels you. What's that iambic? What's that meter?
You forgot the caboose. The plural of caboose.
The plural of caboose is caboose.
Yes.
Hey, capiche?
But trains only ever have one caboose, so you never really have to use plural.
You've never been on a dual caboose train.
Caboose?
It's like a reverse cat dog. If you just sewed the asses of a cat and a dog together. They didn't show that cat dog.
What? Wait, cat dog is the asses sewed together. Right?
Yeah.
There, no, but you take the lower halves of the cat dog and sew them together.
Oh, so it's just a cat butt and a dog butt?
Yeah.
That's a funny animal.
Yeah.
That's kind of what a worm is.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a Simpsons joke. I realized in the Fly episode, in the Fly parody episode in Treehouse of Horror, the dual butt thing comes out. Santa's Little Helper and Snowball go into the transporting machine, and one of them comes out as a cat dog, and then it has a butt monster. And then Bart's line is, "Ew, you can be Lisa's." Simpsons did it.
Yay.
Yay.
They invented every funny thing.
Well, we're coming up to the end of our show.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. Fawn, do you want to leave us with any parting thoughts?
I wish everybody the best in 2021. I hope everyone gets vaccinated, even those who don't want it. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry to my sister.
Your sister's fine.
She's our guest next
We'll
week.
hit her with a blow dart
Yeah.
if she refuses.
That's our guest for next week to come on, and you're welcome on the show. Rebuttal.
Yeah. Fawn's sister. That's it, and that's how she'll be quoted on the show. It's just Fawn's sister. Don't use her name. All right. We love you. Thank you for being on the show, Fawn. It's great to have you.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.